Hey folks, Landstryder here, and welcome back to another episode of Mystical Misadventures. I'm here in my base, right behind my mana room here. You can see that I've gotten some new armor prepared for these armor stands. This is the Mana Steel armor, pretty cool looking. It's got a little mana sword there for it too. And this is the Mana Weave armor. This is like the cloth version of the armor. It really is nice if you're trying to save on your mana or whatever. We're going to keep wearing our platinum. I just kind of wanted these here mainly for decoration, so kind of just made it for decoration. And this guy, of course, got the living wood twig thing in his hand. Anyway, on in here, and one thing I wanted to create today. Let's see if we have enough materials to do so. We should have enough. Should have enough to do so. And this is basically just so we can get it done and then do some work with it off camera, and that is the agglomeration plate. Terrestrial, T-R-E-T-R-R-E, there it is, terrestrial agglomeration plate, which is why I have these 7 lapis in my inventory here. And I don't think I have the rune of mana ready to go yet, so we're gonna have to do that one real quick. And that is going to be a mana pearl and 5 of these. Oop, I get aim's a little off there. A mana pearl and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's going to give me that. You can see that I've rearranged my thing here. I've given myself a mana splitter. We now have a little bit of redstone, and you've probably seen this before. Everybody uses pretty much the same design to kind of regulate so that their fuel does not despawn. Let's fill our hopper back up real quick here with as much as we can. In fact, we have more than we can fit in there right now. Keep that in there for the time being. But yeah, we want to keep our mana going there. Oh, and we're going to need, of course, a piece of living wood and our wand out, because we made a second wand so we can have one on display out there and one here. That has helped me out quite a bit in not passing up the door I need to be headed to for whatever it is I'm trying to do at the time. But there we go, we got the rune of mana, and I've made up a bunch of the basic runes here that we can use for whatever we need. But there we go, now we can make the terrestrial agglomeration plate. And of course the layout for that. You see I've added some paintings to try and break things up on the walls too. Maybe we'll just come back in the corner here. Just debating on where I actually do want it. Maybe, in fact, we'll just have it right here. That's funny. Because I have magnetism on my pick, you can see that it's pulling the fuel there towards me as I was trying to put things down. That's hilarious. Okay, but anyway, that is going to go like so, and then we're going to have just living rock in these other corners like so, and then the agglomeration plate goes right there. Now I could do the whole I've got the mana spreaders. I could point a couple mana spreaders at that. I could just put 2 more down right here, and that probably would do for making the terra steel. But really what I want to do is make some sparks, and I don't think sparks are too hard, especially now that we've gone to the nether. Did a little exploring, found a nether fortress, and got some blaze rods. I believe that was at the end of the last video. I don't think I actually showed the fortress though in it, but yeah, we did eventually find one. So sparks, probably not too difficult to make. It's some gold nuggets, some blaze, and some lime. Or well, not lime, but any flower petal will do. Any flower petal will do. So what do I have a bunch of? I think I made a bunch of purple. So we'll take a few of those. Let's see, we're gonna need at least 4 sparks. 1 for each of the mana pools that we got going on right over there. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana pools. And then we're gonna need 1 for the agglomeration plate itself. So we're going to need 5 total if we want to make sure that we have enough to draw in all the stuff. Anyway, on in here to get a few blaze rods. There's some blaze powder in there. I actually want a couple rods. I think 2 will do because I believe I'm going to get 5 blaze powder from putting it into the mechanical squeezer. I might even get more than that if I get any bonus material. No, 5 and probably 5 again. There we go, 10, which is perfect. I got 10 and 10. All I need now is a few gold nuggets. In fact, I've got some gold nuggets in there already, so let's just pull those out. And oh, that's not what I want. I want just a spark. It helps if I open my crafting grid first. There we go. That should go. We've got 5 sparks. Perfect. That is going to live drive. Nice. That is going to allow us to put one each on these mana pools. One on the agglomeration plate. This mana pool is a little... hopefully I can still... yeah, looks like it still goes on there. Even though it's actually going to be floating in the middle of that mana spreader, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. You don't need to see it. It'll still work. But now I can start throwing all the stuff that it takes to make the Terra Steel on there, which is, I believe, just 1 each of the Mana Steel, a diamond, and a pearl. Is that right? Let's check that. I better make sure before we... Terra Steel. This right here. Of course it's not going to show it to me there. I'm going to probably need to get the book out if I want to see that process, or see the proper recipe. Alright. No? Here we go. We do that. There we go. That'll make it a little bit easier. There's the visualization. Okay, yeah, so I was right. It's just 1 of each. I thought so, but before I go throwing stuff on there, I want to double check. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to actually set up something that would make sure that these drop properly, but hopefully I get them all on there just right. Don't accidentally pick them back up. You can see it's flowing a bunch of mana right over there, and there we go. I got a piece of Terra Steel. Nice. I'm going to do that a bunch more off camera. I just wanted to show you guys that yeah, we're moving forward in Botania a bit. Now the other thing that I wanted to do today is upgrade my arrows so that they will be repaired by mana, but I don't want to change the materials. I like the materials I have, but we want to upgrade that. You can see I got a bunch of other stuff in my inventory too for today's episode, and we'll get to that shortly, but let's see if we can't get this upgrade done. In fact, we're going to need some slimy dirt. Slimy dirt. Slimy, maybe a Y. There we go. This stuff right here, green slimy dirt, blue slimy dirt. We're basically wanting to make slime crystals. So if we look at there's no recipe for that. Okay, maybe we need slime crystals. And then yeah, there we go. That's the thing we're trying to make. That slimy mud. That's where I was mistaken. So sand and dirt and the congealed green slime that we have over in this inventory over here. So we're looking at the congealed green slime. We're going to need the congealed blue slime to make the blue slime crystals. And then what do we need to make the magma? Okay, so that's going to be magma cream, a couple slime balls, some netherrack, I have the dirt in my inventory, and I need some sand, and some magma creams, which I think I'm going to end up having to actually make a few more of those. And let's see, we don't really need, yeah, try to get a few things out of my inventory here real quick here. There we go. Just clear a few items. So first of all, I'm going to need at least one of these. I'm going to need at least one of these. So the congealed blue slime I actually got from the slime island. It was under the water, or under the slimy water. So I don't have a renewable supply of it yet, but I can get that by finding a blue slime sapling. Now I've done a little exploring and haven't been able to find one yet, but since we have a bit of it, so we're good. We are good for the time being. Now this one here, of course we need that open. This one here, we are still missing, oh yeah, I guess I have to get my red slime out, so let's put this away. Oh, I'm going to need to make the magma cream. Yeah, so let's keep one of those out. Let me get the congealed magma slime out that I have. Put the blue slime away. I'm going to break these down. That's going to give us our orange slime balls. I'm going to break these down to give us some regular green slime that I can then combine with those. That'll give us 4 magma cream. And now, still need to pull out, there we go, some soul sand. Actually, I did have the soul sand. I'm not sure why it was telling me I didn't have. Maybe I didn't have enough of it. But there we go. It's going to give me one of those. In fact, let's go with 2 of those. Because might as well use up those magma creams on that. And I can always make more. It's not a big deal. But we can throw all of that right into here. That's going to cook down. Go ahead and put some of these things away while we're waiting for those to cook. Just a few things. Put those away. Put this away. I need a snack. Num. Keep that health up. Keep the vitality going there. Okay, so we got the blue slime. We got the green slime. We need a block of gold. Because what we're going to do is we're going to emboss. And somewhere in here I've got my Man of Steel arrowhead. So we're going to emboss our arrows with Man of Steel, which is going to give it the mana attribute, which will allow it to repair via the mana tablet. Okay, and then we just need the magma thing here. So if I put my arrows in there, put my arrowhead in there. Now, of course, that would change it. I don't want to change it. What I want to do is upgrade it. So there we go. That's going to give it the new trait. You can see it says Embossment Mana Steel. And then it'll have the mana trait. But it's still going to have all of its regular materials for the slots. So all that does is basically give it the mana trait. But it's kind of expensive, but I think it's going to be worth it. So now in there, you can see that it is draining my mana and filling that up. Now if I was wearing my Mana Steel, or one of these things, and we'll switch out to it, that should in fact allow this to use less mana from the mana tablet to repair itself while I have this on. But I'm okay with using up a little bit of extra mana on that. It's not a big deal. For keeping maximum arrows, you can see here the arrows going up. There we go. Now we got our full stack of arrows all the time. Now I might want to also do that. Well, I'm not going to emboss the Enderium longbow. What I'm actually going to do with the Enderium Lumium longbow is I'm going to switch out that Enderium, because it really isn't. None of those things actually are helping me. So I'm going to switch out that Enderium limb with a Terrasteel limb. But I need 3 total ingots. I'm not sure that I have enough mana just yet in there to make another 2. I might. It takes like a half a pull each. I got almost a full pull back there. Anyway, but that's all I want to do on the Botania stuff for the time being. I need to get my vampire temple going, but that's for the next episode, I believe, because I got another pressing issue. So I lost a mana tablet. I'm not sure if it was on purpose or what, but I could have swore I left a mana tablet. Actually, I know for certain I left a mana tablet in here in the mana pool, and they're not supposed to despawn when you're offline. So I'm thinking that somebody came and wandered in here and picked up the mana tablet. Whether it was on purpose or not doesn't really matter. But we want to keep people out of here. Now I did make a tunnel. This tunnel goes all the way to the Vampire Forest. I think that's pretty cool. It's a very long way over that direction to and then comes up into the Vampire Forest. So that's a way for me to go hunting. I'll have to deal with this entrance at some point, but I'm more concerned with the stairs. And you can see that I've removed the stairs, and I've got this little contraption sitting here. This is just so you guys can see one of the bits of redstone that is involved with all of this new entryway. So if I do that, you can see it's just basically a piston extender. Now imagine that there is a floor level right here of some sort, some material, you know. Oops. You know, some floor level right here. We'll even, you know, so there you go. And then when the redstone's removed, you can see you've got a nice hole down through. So this is just one of the mechanisms that I've used. I've used a bunch of different redstone techniques here. I'll show you a couple more of them here, but I can go ahead and remove this now. I just put that in here to show you that particular one. Also, so that I could test to make sure that it was, make sure I remembered how to make it, how to build it before I actually started building it up on the surface, because I can't be outside in the sun for very long before I start dying. And speaking of dying, I now have 2 deaths, so that's so super sad. Super sad. The second one was totally my fault. I was tabbed out looking at some redstone stuff, and the sun came up, and before I could get tabbed back in and get out of the sun, I died in the sun. I might have been more cautious if I hadn't already died once prior to that, and that is totally due to Nachtflame. In fact, let's go sit. So hey there, Nachtflame. I was just talking to my YouTube audience here, and I was explaining to them how I managed to get a death, my very first death. So I thought maybe I'd jump over here and we could tell the story together.
Oh, that.
Oh, that, yes. So yeah, I was like, Nock was down in the dungeon. I guess farming some. What was it? Were you just farming ender pearls or whatever?
Actually, I was actually coming back up from down below. Ran into a patch of endermen there in the enderman farm. Chased one of them through. Got zombie in the face. Arrow in the back of the head that set me on fire. Took out zombie with the yo-yo. Spun around with the yo-yo still out to take out to find the skeleton, and all of a sudden Landstryder.
Yeah, because I had come down, like, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 15 minutes earlier. I had mentioned I was going to go down and do some enderman farming, and I got down there. I see Nock, like, down the hallway, and a skeleton spawned. Like, I'm like, I got to kill that skeleton to save Nock. So I, like, smack the skeleton, it dies, and then I die. So yeah, he turned around and seen something moving. It just happened to be me. And yeah, that was the end of me, and it killed me in one hit, like instantly. Even though I had my platinum chest and my platinum armor on,
all I can think is it must have scored a crit.
That's a possibility. But yeah. But that's how I managed to get my very first death on the server. I was slain. Yeah. I was slain by Nachtflame.
Yes, he was.
But yeah, I thought I'd share that with the audience, and but now I have 2 because, like I was saying, I did get burned up in the sun once now too. So number of deaths, I'm still on the bottom of the board here because we can't count this guy because that's not even a real person. But
yeah, Godtina account is my eldest kid's oldest account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but
we don't have the ability to change the name on that one.
Yeah, that one. Okay.
Have access to the email anymore.
Oh, that sucks. That does suck. So anyway, I was explaining that I managed that somehow I lost a mana tablet, and I think that was just due to somebody wandering in and either picking it up or either accidentally or I don't. Like I said, I'm not going to assume that it was malicious or whatever. So I was explaining that we have removed our staircase, and now we are going to use this new entrance. So right now, I'm going to show that off. I'm going to jump back down to the recording. You're welcome to join me if you want. But
okay. Well, I'm off doing some other stuff.
Okay, so we got this new entranceway. So this is the exit right here. You can see that if I flip this switch, that closes this up. That is one of the other cool things about that. You can see that this now goes away. Right? You look down there, you can see that I'm using these bouncy plates. So let's take a look at those recipe real quick. Bouncy plates are really not that hard, and they're really cool and fun to work with. So bouncy plates right here. You have to make some plate bases, right? And then slime balls, right? Pretty cheap, for 2. You get 2. The plate bases are just some iron and some bars. And then when you step on them, they bounce you up. Pretty cool. And you don't take any fall damage when you land on one either. So this is going to be like the input right here. It's open right now because I wanted to show you guys and all that fun stuff. Also, I should mention that I now have a Sojourner Sash, so that's how I'm able to jump up the 2 blocks, and also how I can like walk up 1 block as though they were stairs. So right back in here, we've got just standard old double piston extender, and then there's another piston like in the floor there for that other half of that door. Right? Pretty simple. Now, where it's going to get complicated is we've made a contact lever. Recipe for that is just some stone, some lever, and an iron bar. Now that is pretty cool. Before we even can use that though, I need to make one other thing and go up to the surface here real quick. And that is going to be, let me see if I can remember what it is. It's a random things device as well. I think it's called the Redstone Interface. Redstone Interface right here. It helps if I open my crafting grid as usual. Redstone Interface, and then of course I've lost it. There it is. So I made up a bunch of these stabilized ender pearls. Well, maybe I made 5 of them, but I know that I'm going to need them for some other things, and that does require a mana pearl. That's not an issue now that we have the Enderman farm. A little bit of lapis and some obsidian. Obsidian is definitely not an issue. But there we go. Get our basic redstone interface. And if we look at the recipe on that and go over to the information, it does tell you whenever the redstone interface receives a redstone signal, the bound block also does. So you bind this to a block before you place it, I assume before you place it. So we're going to go up, and hopefully it is it's daytime. So I gotta solve. I have a thing that solves that issue for me right there. It's called Nightstone. All I gotta do is step on it, and it will make it nighttime so that I can then go out. But it does take a few seconds. It doesn't make it all the way nighttime. Just sets it basically just to the beginning of dusk. And then it's nice because I have it actually facing the sunset here. So I just step there and wait for the sun to go down. It doesn't give me curse. I'm not really 100% sure what that debuff does exactly. The curse debuff up there. It doesn't seem to have any particularly terrible effects. But anyway, now we can come on out here, and we can see where we came out. Now up here we've got another redstone lever right there, or another lever right there, just so you can see where things are at. But right here's the entrance. Right here's the entrance. We got drop down, and then that's how we get in from now, and this is how we get out. Just hold forward and come right up there. There's 3 bouncy plates to get up and out of there, just because that's the amount that I needed to get up that height. But then when I hit that lever, you can see that it closes everything up. And it closes the inside here too. Now the reason I'm using redstone instead of just like a simple door or something like that is because apparently, even though I have the area claimed and people are not supposed to be able to interact with things, they can still open doors. And that's also why the stairs are just gone now. So, but they cannot, or are not supposed to be able to break blocks. We probably need to confirm that at some point, but this should work if everything is set up proper. But yeah, in here, can't see nothing other than my nightstone, and you can go upstairs. I need to put the pillar back in for just this floor because I removed the entire pillar down through using the vein mine, of course. But yeah, I can't see anything right now, nothing. And eventually that'll turn into grass, and you know, it'll be completely invisible. But what I want to do is actually want to remove that lever, right? And when the redstone is off in there, it means that the door is open. But I want to bind this. Nope, that's not how I do it. Maybe shift click? No. How do I do that? Do I need to maybe... Has it got an interface? Basic redstone interface, no target. Ah! I'm going to need to actually set, probably with a targeting thing. So another redstone thing in here. There's probably a, not the redstone tool, but let's see if we can find the thing I'm looking for. Item filter? No. position filter is probably what I'm actually looking for. So if we look at us position, this right here, position filter, paper, and some purple dye. Thankfully I can just, oop, wrong door. Still do that occasionally. But I've got plenty of purple in here still. Just 1, 2, 3, and 4. Head on down to the end of the hall here, grab a few sticks. Actually, probably 1 stick is all I really needed, but then I need to make a bowl, stick, plank, gives me that. I don't need the extra ones. Now I can do that. Gives me the floral powder. I'm gonna need to clean up my inventory again real quick here. So I will toss the floral thing over here with other bowls. Drop off some of these blocks that I don't need now. Dirt. Well, actually I will need some dirt, won't I? I will need some dirt to fill in that one hole up there. Once I have this all set up. I don't need that wood anymore. Okay, hopefully that's clear enough to work anyway. Redstone repeater I think I'm done with. All these redstone bits. Hopefully I'm done with that lever. Yeah, okay. Paper, that's what I need. Paper, there's a piece of paper. Now I can make a position filter. And okay, so this bit of redstone, or this thing right here, the Redstone Interface, is actually going to go in here where this block is at. It's going to replace that block right there. And hopefully, if I put the lever back on there, just check and make sure, yes, that does work. You know, that closes those up. Now, when the redstone is off, everything should be open. Everything should be open at the top. Which is exactly what I want. So that is my input block right there, that piece of cobble. And I'm going to set that to that filter. Then I'm going to fill in that hole with dirt, because it doesn't need to be there anymore. If this works the way I hope it does. I've never used this stuff before, so hopefully I'm doing it right. So now if I click this paper onto there, no target set. Did I just reset it? No target. How do I work this thing? Basic redstone interface. No target. Interesting. Let me look at the thing again here. Recipe information. You can bind it to bind the interface to a block whenever the redstone receives a signal. So does the bound block wirelessly. Okay, but it doesn't say exactly how to do it. Maybe we shift left click? No, shift right click? No, that doesn't do it. And I just reset this thing down here. I don't want to do that. This thing needs to be the position up here, I'm pretty sure. Okay, good thing we still have that dirt there. Better leave this open until we're 100% sure. Alright, so that is that. Maybe we combine these things together. No, that isn't it. I could make an advanced one because that does take position filter information, and I know how to do that. Maybe there's something else that I'm missing. Is there a tool? Hate to be fumbling around, but this is, like I said, this is the first time I've used this. Maybe this redstone tool is something I need. That's actually pretty easy to make, so maybe I should just make one. So if we do 1, 2, maybe we should just have one of these in our inventory while we're trying to work with this stuff. What's this do? I feel like that. No target set. Okay. Oh. It lit up. So what if I come up here now and then click that? And then if we go down and we look at it to see if it has a target set. Yes, yes it does. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay, so now, oh, in fact, it even shows me a line that heads up to that direction when I have the tool in my hand. Okay, so now, if we do this, oh, gotta put my piece of redstone back up on top, like so. Now, we're not done hiding this. It's going to be completely hidden when we're done. So now, when it's off, when the redstone signal is off, everything should be open. Good, good, good. I'm pretty sure that we can fill it in now. Now, I'm going to... how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? I need like a temporary hole here. Yeah, we'll just... ouch. Do this. Ouch. Temporarily for... Fill it back in a minute. Excuse me, I need a meal. Thank you. Poor guys. Poor guys. Well, now we have a position filter for something else later. But now we can check this after we've got it all packed together. Now, the next thing is the contact lever. The contact lever looks at the block in front of it. So the block that it's looking at is the block that is on the face with the target sign. Every other side is the redstone output. Now, if I put that back there, and we're going to use the cracked stone there. Now, if I right-click that block of cracked stone, you should hear a click. Yeah, look at that. That is working. If I right-click it again, everything opens back up. Yeah, it's completely hidden lever. Completely hidden lever. Now, I want to close that up, and then we're going to go bat mode. Fly up out and check. Ooh, I don't know if I can... The sun is about to come up, but yeah, if we look, everything's hidden. Ooh, 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 ooh. Get in, get in, get in before we fry. Okay, everything's hidden. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, I needed that, didn't I? I needed that to be open. Temporarily. So if I am in bat mode, I don't take fall damage. Ha 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 ha. That is nice. But now we come back down here, open it back up. Gonna put our block back up in the ceiling right there, because there's no need for any of that up there for that shaft. I should fill the shaft back in just to make sure mobs don't spawn in there, but I could maybe just light it up. That would probably be the better thing. Would be the thing for now, but we need to go up to the surface and close in that block up there. So yeah, let's get the crackstone ready. Now, fortunately, I can come up through there and have enough time to get back in before I sunburn, if the sun is out, which is exactly why I didn't want to have it too far away from my my little building here. But there we go. That's filled in. Now the door is open right now. And we can fall down in, and if we want, we can close it back up. Perfect. Now I will eventually want to put another one over here, like right somewhere over here, something that will prevent people from coming down this this tunnel and getting in my base that way. Or either that, or I'll put it like right here, because nothing over this way is really too important. We've got the ender portal, which would be okay. In fact, I probably should leave this open so that if somebody does come out the end portal, I want to like put this as the thing that prevents them from like coming through. What I'll probably do is some kind of piston device where we'll push the iron bars up and out of the way temporarily, and then push them back down in when I want to come through. Maybe, yeah, that'd probably be a good way to do it. But then if somebody does come out of that ender portal, they can go down that tunnel to get away from my area without coming into my base. Nothing else down here matters. There's like the vampire den down here. I'm done using that. Don't need that anymore anyway, because we're past that level. And right down here is my villager prison. These are all the ones that have been naughty, and by naughty I mean their trades aren't as good as the other ones that I have. So I can use them for food at my leisure. I've got a little bit of nether wart grown over here, but that's not too vital. I don't really mind if somebody gets some nether wart off me. And then down here, I do want to keep them out of this section, because this is the way down into the rest of the dungeon, for one. And 2, this is down here, is where I got my berry farm, and this is all claimed. If we look at the claimed chunks, this is all now claimed. I've also claimed that castle over there because I want that to be, you know, something that I'm going to do on camera soon. And then once we've gone in and raided it and whatever and dealt with it, we will probably unclaim it. But yeah, some people have already killed a couple of the archers and stuff over there and broke a few blocks on the front of it. But that's why I claimed it, because I didn't really want that to be all... Well, of course we can always find another one too eventually in the future, but regardless, there we go. We've secured the base quite well. Oh yeah, one more thing that I wanted, one more contingency that I wanted to plan for. Let's put that redstone tool away, and that. Done with that for now. I believe. I'm kind of curious if these stable ender pearls are actually usable as ender pearls. Do they work as ender pearls? No, it does let you right click on them. Not sure how that works. It does let you, it seems like you can do, oh, it's bound. They're bound to me. Interesting. What does that mean? Does that mean that somebody could teleport to me using these pearls? Interesting. Not sure how that works. I bet that is how that works. Yeah, well, actually, maybe if we look at the recipe on that and... Oops. Hang on. Look at the recipe on those and look at the information. Does it say right-click on it will bind it to your player. When it is dropped, it will teleport you to its position after 7 seconds delay. If it is not bound to anyone, it will teleport a random entity in 10 block radius around it instead. Oh, okay. Cool. I mean, that's actually kind of nice. That's a good way to, I wonder if it, like, destroys it when it teleports things. That'd be, like, a good way to, like, drop yourself down into a chasm, maybe? Let's find out how much damage it does. So we drop it, and in 7 seconds I should get teleported over there. Yeah, you can see it's doing some. Whoop. And it does, in fact, destroy it. But that's okay. That was worth the test. It's totally worth the test, and it didn't do any damage. I like that. I like that. That's actually quite useful. Quite useful. I can think of a few uses for that. In fact, I can think of a perfect use for that. You make those, and then if you had a dispenser to spit it out after it was bound to you, if you had a dispenser and a remote, redstone remote, it's the next thing that I wanted to deal with here, redstone remote, where's you at? Maybe it's on the next page here? Yeah, this thing right here. Which does require a stable ender pearl and 4 of these, so I should have the stuff to make those. Do I have everything? Yes, 3. In fact, perfect. And then I just need some obsidian to put this together. Of course, again, with the wrong crafting grid. So there we go, and a redstone remote. So this thing can be bound to various things. Oh, I need a snack. This thing can be bound to various things. So what I want to bind it to, though, is... how is this going to work? It binds to a lever, I believe. Can I bind it to that? Interesting. It does actually have the position filters, so I gotta put a position filter in it. Let me check here. Should be able to test this pretty easy if I just click that. Redstone remote. I got a shift right click to do that. Did that do anything? It didn't. It did not do anything. Okay, let's try it with the position filter of the stone that's in front of that lever. Of course, that clicking it, of course, did the thing. Okay, so let's try that. Now, if I do that and hit that, no, doesn't do anything. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to put another lever in there. And now if I take my position filter and shift right click on that lever and then put that in there and click that? No? No, it doesn't do it. Interesting. Okay, so wonder how this is supposed to work. Wonder how this is supposed to work. It does say redstone mode. Okay, let's try reading the information on it. Maybe we're just not doing it right. Okay, so using the wireless redstone, you can specify 9 locations that you can power redstone from anywhere with a simple press of a button. Okay. Maybe we need to power the actual interface. Would make sense. Alright, let's grab the position filter back out real quick. Let's try it on the actual interface. And now if I hit the button... Oh, I see. It's a temporary. Just quick. It's like a button press. So how could I use that? I think what I'll probably need to do is set up. Alright, well the main thing here is I want to be able to get into my base and out of my base if I accidentally close it and I leave somehow through some other means and then come back. So if I put, let's actually just put regular, well it's fine. Click that. Okay, that closes it all up. That opens it all up. Now I'm wondering, yikes. I'm wondering if that pulsing that is going to have any sort of negative effect on my redstone. So let's just pulse that. Doesn't seem to. Didn't seem to break anything here. Oh, it's almost about to turn nighttime. Let me undo this thing here. I'm just going to watch this one from over here. Yeah, it looks like it's okay. Looks like it's okay. Alright, I would say that's pretty good. So what that'll do is if it is, I don't want to go across the nightstone. No point in getting cursed if I don't need to. If it is closed, like say it's closed and I go out the tunnel and then I come back, I forgot that I left it closed, I can open it via that redstone remote. And I'm going to be able to do other things via that redstone remote too. That's going to be very useful in the future, particularly now that I know about these, because then I will be able to put these in a dropper or a hopper someplace. In fact, if we, let's see here, and they're not that hard to make for me, really they're not. So if I got a dropper right here, if I throw these into there, and I get myself another position filter, because I'm going to need purple. Now the question is like, does the area have to be loaded for that to work? But that's not too big of a deal, I don't think, because I can. Oh yeah, got to get the grindy thing first. Mortar and pestle. There we go. Get myself 4 more of those and a piece of paper, and I'll be able to make myself another filter. Or position filter. There we go. Position filter. Click on that, and then if we get our redstone remote back out, toss that one in there for number 2. Let's find out. Let's close the door just in case, because I don't know how far. It's probably not going to go that far, but because it is just a dropper. If we come all the way down here, I am curious whether or not that would work through cross dimensions too. That would be interesting. We might have to test that too. So now if I click button 2, after a few seconds we should see me teleport over to my bedroom. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. And I'm like right here. Nice. Nice. So that is excellent. That's gonna so the slash home is now disabled, which I agree with. I totally agree with, because of things like this. This is so much cooler. I mean, I actually have to craft something, and I mean, I had to like figure it out and set it up, and that's just really, really cool. That's just really, really cool. Well, anyway, guys, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. We did some base security. I showed you that we can now make Terra Steel, so I'm going to probably get some of that ready to go off camera between this episode and next. But guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to leave a comment. And until next time, I will catch you later.